Paris Hilton, the iconic figure known for her multifaceted career in entertainment, business and media, has recently opened up about a deeply personal and challenging aspect of her life: her experiences with rejection sensitive dysphoria, often abbreviated as RSD. This condition, which she describes as profoundly painful, has been a significant part of her mental health journey, intertwined with her diagnosis of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. Through her candid revelations, Hilton sheds light on the emotional turmoil that accompanies RSD, offering a glimpse into how it affects her daily thoughts and interactions. Her story resonates with many who face similar struggles, highlighting the importance of understanding and addressing such conditions in a world that often overlooks invisible battles. To fully appreciate Hilton's insights, it's essential to delve into what RSD entails. Rejection sensitive dysphoria is not a standalone diagnosis but rather a symptom or experience commonly associated with ADHD and other neurodivergent conditions. It manifests as an overwhelming emotional response to perceived or actual rejection, criticism, or failure. Individuals with RSD often feel an intense, almost unbearable pain that can feel disproportionate to the situation at hand. This emotional intensity can lead to anxiety, depression, or even avoidance behaviors as people try to shield themselves from potential hurt. Hilton's description captures this essence vividly, likening it to an internal tormentor that constantly undermines one's self-worth. She portrays it as a relentless voice in the mind that engages in negative self-talk, eroding confidence and amplifying insecurities. This metaphor of a demon in the mind is particularly poignant, evoking the idea of an unwelcome intruder that hijacks thoughts and emotions, making everyday interactions feel like navigating a minefield. Hilton's revelation comes at a time when she's reflecting on her life experiences, particularly those from her earlier years in the spotlight. Born into a prominent family, she rose to fame in the early 2000s as a socialite, model, and reality TV star. Her life has been a whirlwind of glamour, controversy, and reinvention, from starring in films to building a business empire that includes fragrances, fashion lines, and more. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly perfect existence lay personal challenges that she has only recently begun to discuss openly. Diagnosed with ADHD in her late 20s, Hilton's understanding of her condition evolved over time. ADHD itself is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by difficulties with attention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. For many, including Hilton, it coexists with RSD, creating a compounded effect on mental health. She admits that she was unaware of RSD initially, which is common among those affected, as it's not as widely recognized as other aspects of ADHD. It wasn't until she engaged in conversations with others who share similar diagnoses that she began to piece together the puzzle of her emotional experiences. These discussions with fellow ADHD sufferers were eye-opening for Hilton. She discovered a shared sense of vulnerability and pain, realizing that the intense reactions she had to rejection were not unique to her but a common thread among many. This realization brought a sense of validation and community, helping her to reframe her past struggles. The 2000s in particular were a tumultuous period for her. As a young woman thrust into the public eye, she faced relentless media scrutiny, tabloid scandals, and public judgments that amplified her RSD symptoms. Every perceived slight or criticism felt magnified, turning what might have been minor incidents into sources of profound emotional distress. Hilton emphasizes how this combination of media pressure and her undiagnosed conditions made life extremely painful. It's a testament to her resilience that she not only survived those years but thrived, transforming her experiences into advocacy work. Today, she uses her platform to raise awareness about mental health, encouraging others to seek help and understand their own conditions. Expanding on the nature of RSD, it's helpful to consider how it operates on a psychological level. The dysphoria in RSD refers to a state of unease or dissatisfaction, but in this context, it's amplified to an extreme. Triggers can be as subtle as a friend's casual remark or as overt as professional rejection. For someone like Hilton, whose career involves constant public exposure, these triggers are abundant. The negative self-talk she mentions is a key component. Phrases like "you're not good enough" or "everyone hates you" loop incessantly, fueled by the brain's heightened sensitivity to social cues. Neurobiologically, this may stem from differences in dopamine regulation in ADHD brains, where rejection hits harder because the reward systems are already imbalanced. Hilton's analogy of a demon illustrates this perfectly. It's not just a fleeting thought but a persistent entity that demands attention and energy to combat. In her conversations, H.